Hi guys. Sorry about that. I promise. The audio is working.
Is it working now?
Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, we're going to do that again. All right. It's time, guys. 40 days until HHN opening night. You ready to start your engines?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. We are
hear it
officially. Sorry, you heard it the first time. 40 days, guys. We only have 40 days until HHN 34 opening night. And I am so pumped, especially after this week.
It's getting very close.
It is very close.
It's been a long week. There's been a lot of new things come out this week.
So we've got all the scare zones, which we're getting 4 this year. We've got 2 new street experiences. We've got Terrifier. Was that this week? Or was that last week?
I don't know. This week's been a blur.
This week has been a blur.
There's new stuff. I know what's going on kind of, but I'm not fully caught up. That's why I'm here to learn.
Hell yeah.
And I'm glad I have you.
We talked about it a lot. You know a lot. You know more than you think you do. I think this week was a big surprise. Well, before we jump in, let's let some people come in to the live. We'll give them a second.
We probably need somebody to say audio is working.
I'm pretty sure audio is working now. I just heard it. Yeah, it's working.
All right.
All good.
Cool.
So
I just don't like that the last comment is no audio.
I know.
It brings back 2 weeks
someone
ago.
tell us that they can hear us, please. Can you hear us? Yeah. So this week we haven't been to Orlando, and I've been to Orlando more than you recently. Took a little solo trip with a friend without the family for the first time ever.
It's been so hot here. I can't imagine what it's been like down there.
Cassie's got us. It's working.
Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you.
That's a uni blogger, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she actually came to visit where we live. Remember?
Really?
Yeah. Remember I told you she was at Wake Up?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
She lives a little bit north of us. I'm not going to tell people where you live unless you want to tell people where you live. That's up to you. But yeah, so we've been out of Orlando for a minute. We actually just went on a beach trip over in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And that was really fun.
That was super cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I got really tan. I don't tan very easily, so Nick is much, much darker than I am, but
yeah, good times. Go-karts. We had a little theme park there.
Yeah, we did. We went to
the roller coaster wasn't working, but we got to ride go-karts.
We got to ride go-karts. There was this
arcades.
Giant swing that Nick wanted to ride, and I would not do it.
There's a bunch of kids doing it.
You could hear it like clicking, kind of like Rip Ride Rocket, and I was like,
nope. It looked really cool, but then as I was walking towards it I'm gonna get in line, I saw an adult doing it, and I was like, no, I don't want to look like that guy right now.
No, it was kind of pitiful.
Yeah, it looked like so much fun though.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
What have you guys been up to? You enjoying summer? It's pretty hot. It's really hot. I don't want to be anywhere near a theme park right now. So if any of you are braving the theme parks these days, I'm very happy for you. I hope you're enjoying it.
We had a heat advisory here today.
Yeah, I think
that doesn't happen here very often. 2
days ago was the hottest day of the summer for Orlando. So if you were in the park that day, again, good for you.
It was 85 degrees last night at 11 o'clock. Going to bed.
Yeah. It's hot in here today. Our AC struggles to keep up about this time of day because the sun sets in front of our house, and we have glass door situation, and it just beams in, and it is so hot.
Yeah, I'm getting the itch to go, kind of. You know what I mean? It's just so hot, but it's just like that. It would be so hot, But
I see all of you who are actually going to theme parks talking about how hot it is, sweating in your construction videos. And listen, thank you for doing that, because we will never be able to provide a construction video.
The wait is going to make opening night that much better.
Yes, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully there's no rain.
All right, let's jump into it. All right, so we got Premium Scream update. There once was tickets of the total amount of tickets to be sold 8,500. That seems to have changed to 7,500. which is weird. Last time I checked, there was also only 1,200 tickets left.
That could be good if we're looking for an experience like last year.
Yeah.
What it seemed like last year.
Right.
We didn't go, but it looked like it was really quiet and 5-minute waits.
I know. So I think that, this is all just like information that we get from like Thrill Data and these websites who kind of pull information from Universal's website. So is it 100% accurate? We don't know. But last year there was only about 3,500 people that attended that we think. So, right. I mean, we're looking at like at least double.
Still. 10-minute waits? That's fine.
Maybe, yeah. And price increase. We had 2 price increases. It went from, I think it started at $375 this year. And then it jumped up to $390, and now it's at $400.
So we got them early, and
we got them at the $375. And if you're an annual pass holder, you get a $25 discount on whatever the ticket price is. So even if you wanted to go buy one right now, it would only be $375 plus tax. We paid $350 plus tax.
Not bad.
I'm glad we did that. I think it's going to be a good choice. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's still going to be a great experience. My biggest concern is probably the food. Like, what are the lines going to be for food?
Oh, like with a little bit more people?
Yeah.
Waiting for food?
Yeah.
I mean, if we start, I don't know.
Is anyone watching going to Premium Scream Night? Anyone in the chat? See you there if so. So we are going to do Premium Scream opening night. And I don't think we're going to do Saturday. I think we'll be tapped out by then, especially because we're bringing the kids. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah, those mornings after going to be a little tough. But
it's going to be rough. Okay.
Yeah. Neither here nor there.
Let
me learn. What's going on? What's new?
You don't need to learn. You don't need to learn. We had a whole... everything that I'm going to say. It's like nothing crazy. We talked about some of the tweets that came out. Okay. So for starters, we are all aware, hopefully, that there has been a huge announcement week. We did the Scare Zone announcement week. We've got all of the Scare Zones, potentially. I mean, they could hit us with a surprise. We don't know. We've got Terrifier coming. We've got new experiences, new street experiences. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to start with the very first announcement of the week, which was it? Ooh.
Drum roll.
There we go. The Origins of Horror. And if any of you went to Spooky Empire or just like watched like a playback of it, like someone's YouTube video, they said we're going back to the Origins of Horror like over and over again. This is like right on my face. Let me sit up.
What do they mean by Origins of Horror?
They just kept saying like, this year our theme, we're going back to the Origins of Horror. They just like kept saying that, and now it's like, oh, it makes sense. So the Scare Zone announcement reads, the Origins of Horror. Enter a decaying conservatory of twisted vines where artists carve tributes to Halloween Horror Nights 34. You'll encounter monstrous crows, gargoyles, and more. Now, that alone tells us the conservatory brings you over to El Artista. So that's supposedly going to be the house immediately to your left when you walk in where Monstrous was last year. So it sounds like that whole area is going to be themed to also El Artista, which is really exciting. Like the gargoyles,
I like that.
The crows.
It's like all kind of connected.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Sets the vibe like walking through before you even go to the house.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool.
I think I think I'm more excited for the Scare Zone being like the overall theming of the event than I am the Scare Zone. I don't know how to explain that. I think like just going back to like horror, like spooky, like scary, and not like punk rock or like trying to tell some elaborate story. I know there's going to be lore here, but I just want to be scared. Like I just want to walk in, feel like I'm in a horror movie. I want to be a little scared. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that, but maybe it's like bringing a little bit of that classic horror or classic Halloween Horror Nights. There's going to be some like throwback shout outs.
Oh yeah.
In that area. So it should be pretty cool. Especially for people that have been there a lot. It might be some stuff like they remember. Mm-hmm. For us, it's going to be like, oh, that's cool. I've heard about that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that.
So they didn't give us a ton of information in these little Instagram and social media posts, but someone did.
Yeah, there's like one guy just.
Mr. Darren Scott. Can we get like a super thank you to Mr. Darren Scott? Does anyone even know what we're talking about? No, maybe. Okay. So Darren Scott attended a UK HHN media event, and he spilt the freaking tea all over Twitter. X, excuse me. I don't even do X or Twitter, so I still call it Twitter sometimes. So I'm going to pull up some of his tweets because he gave us so much information. It's like, whoa, because it's in every direction. It's for houses, it's for theming, it's for Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, it's just like everything. So let's see. Let's pull up some tweets from this man. He had some good ones. Okay, so for the origins of horror, he tweeted out a couple things. I'm not going to put them on the screen because I could not organize these. It just would have been a mess. Okay. Scare zones. More places that we're affecting around the park, all around the park. As soon as you cross through the turnstiles, we are sending you into the conservatory from El Artista. The trust sign will have the conservatory gates on the outside. So that like iconic Halloween Horror Nights trust, that like the immediate thing you see when you walk in is going to have the gates of the conservatory. So exciting. My question is, when they say immediately when you walk through the turnstiles, does that just mean like they're gonna theme like all of that, or are they moving the truss up instead
like
of moving
where the
it
sign
back?
is that says Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, like are they moving it up? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, how much further can you move it up? It's kind of crowded over there.
I mean,
Maybe not.
I don't know. I didn't think they were gonna put it as far up as they did last year.
I don't know. The sign's gonna be blue also.
Yeah, that's more to talk about.
That's all I remember.
Yeah. I mean, so it sounds like they're stepping up theming. I'm excited about that. I hope you're all excited about that because we deserve it. They, in the actual information they shared for Halloween Horror Nights, like from Halloween Horror Nights Instagram and like their Instagram social media posts, they mentioned like crows, gargoyles, and artists carving. I don't remember exactly what they said, but I will tell you exactly what they mean.
Stone carving? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So another tweet by Darren Squat. Darren Squat. Darren Scott. Being inspired by our Hollywood partners at Universal Hollywood, they always have a Murder of Crow characters. We were like, we love those characters, so let's bring them to Orlando. So we have larger-than-life crows. So if anyone is familiar with those giant stilt-walking performers that are the Murder of Crows, they're supposed to be in this scare zone, which for me is great because I can visualize it. Like I can see what they're going for in this zone, and it really gets me excited. Here it is.
Yeah, we saw that video of them. Where was that? Was that in Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah. That looks like a cool, like, it's definitely better than Chainsaws, too. Definitely better than that startup with the bacon guys. But
the bacon, oh my gosh. Okay. Before we go any further, what we mean by bacon guys, last year, the sinister characters that they used for the Chainsaw Horde were like wrapped in skin, but it looked like bacon to me.
Just wrapped in strips of bacon.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like the surreal people were like all dressed in black and like had these cool things on their face, but the sinister people were like bare bodied with wrapped in bacon. Like they looked like it was really funny. It was really funny. Another tweet by Darren Squat.
Darren
Scott. Thank you. Seriously, I don't mean to jack up your name like that. The origins of horror. There will be statue gargoyles that come to life to welcome you into the conservatory. The wingspan on top of the gargoyle is huge. Gargoyles, plural. Excuse me.
Wingspans.
Yeah.
They're going to welcome us in.
They're going to say, like, come in with their wings. No, I don't know. It's just funny to think about. Like, yeah. I'm going to take this off my face for a little bit. Okay. Gargoyles, knowing that the gargoyles won't be just props, like they're going to have some type of movement, is exciting to me.
Yeah. I like how they're just revisiting a bunch of classic stuff, like that classic spooky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like Dark Universe-y, kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but like last year, that wasn't even really a scare zone. So to know, and there was no theming. Like, you remember like the cloth? You probably don't even remember it because, yeah, it was like a teal and a pink cloth that they like wrapped around the trusses, and that was it. That was the only theming. And then you had Sinister and Surreal walking. I guess that's called a catwalk. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Up there? Yeah.
Just barking at us.
They were.
They really were, like,
and laughing at us.
Yeah, that laugh was good. It was a little too much. I don't even remember. Like, I remember the swamp and Blumhouse and the Bacon Chainsaw Men, and there's some creatures over there to the right by Mel's dying. And other than that, like, the scare zones were
creatures.
Wasn't there something else over there?
Oh yeah, they had like the photo op with the characters from each house. So they had like the monsters.
Oh yeah.
And then they had like they had the goblin.
It just felt like I could remember the swamp was really good.
I think they're gonna do that again. I just don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like an added thing. It's not just gonna be like, I don't know.
From what I've seen of these new scare zones now, it just feels way better already.
I agree.
I remember like last year, I was like trying to get excited about certain things.
I was just like hyped because I was happy to be there, but Nick was like,
yeah.
Like he literally just kept looking at me. He's like, what?
Yeah, I'm not a hater, but also like
it's okay. Call it what it is.
This is like this year just feels way better.
I agree.
All the way around. And I only know a little bit about a lot of it. But
Chat,
I'm still excited.
Do any of you remember the Bacon Chainsaw Horde? Any of you? No. Please tell us. Tell me I'm not crazy.
Oh no, they were there.
They were there. I just want to know if anyone else saw it. Like, because it was they were wrapped in bacon.
It was forgettable. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they talk about in the little description of the scare zones, they talk about them as having statues, like stone carved statues. So in the UK, the media event, Darren Scott tweeted out, "We will also feature stone statues carved by our chainsaw sculptors in this zone that feature our 5 intellectual properties."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're going to be just carving stones.
I don't think they'll be carving.
No, they're going to be all carved though.
Yes.
Still, it's like,
how do they carve with
stones? Is it going to be like gravestones, or is it going to be like what?
No, it's going to be stones of the. It's going to be
like sculptures, like
sculptures of the IPs. Terrifier,
super cool.
Jason Voorhees. Who else? Probably Five Nights at Freddy's. What's the Freddy Fazbear?
Walter Goggins from
Fallout. So. Who would they do for Fallout? It'll probably be a T60.
Yeah, they can do better. But it'd be cool to see
the big suit.
I know, but it'd be cool to see
You just
Walter
want to see Walter.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
What are they going to do with Terrifier's face?
They're going to freaking carve it with a chainsaw out of stone. That's crazy. How are they going to do that? Do you think it's going to be real stone?
I don't know. There's people out there with some really strange things they're good at. And
how would they carve stones with a chainsaw? I believe them. I just do you think it's just going to be like, it can't be real stone?
I don't know.
Am I dumb? Can't be real stone.
I need a diamond blade, probably, right?
Probably. Uniblogger said, yes, I remember it. It was awful, talking about the bacon wrapped chainsaw word. And then Fred said, bacon chainsaw horde makes me hangry. Does it make you angry because they were bacon, but it also made you hungry at the same time?
It's like the only thing bacon wrapped I don't like. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got a hot take right here. I like it. I was trying to see it on this screen, so I didn't have to look over here. This year could possibly be one of the best years ever. Very excited for all of the houses and scare zones that have been announced. Hopefully they stop. Then food booths soon. Hopefully they stop. Yeah, something like that. I get what you mean. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I agree with you. I think so far what we've heard has been hit after hit after hit. And the details coming, I'm telling you guys, how many of you have heard of these details from the media event? Because I don't feel like it's that hard to hear about. Like if you follow any HHN creator, they've talked about them. Much more to come. That's right, Chris. That's right. Let's freaking go. Let's go. I'm ready.
Was that too loud?
Did I scare anybody's dogs?
How we doing, Fred?
I'm so sorry. Bacon wrapped anything makes it better. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon wrapped green beans. Cassie saw the tweets. Yes, saw all of those tweets, and it made me horrified for Terrifier. I know. We will get to that. Because what the?
Yeah, we finally watched
the
first two.
We'll get to it. It was rough. Terrifier was rough. We've watched 2, okay? We haven't made it to 3 yet. We'll get there. I got to watch it like almost during the day so I can sleep at night. All right. The next... Is that everything we wanted to say?
I think so.
Oh, no. The HHN Trust. So this is suspected to be the entrance. It's pretty much all but confirmed that this is going to be, because they talked about it being at the turnstiles. So it's going to be like that area. I don't know if I have the tweet, but basically Laura Souls, which is the assistant director, creative director for HHN. I probably said her title wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around there. She basically comes up right next to Mike Aleo and like makes all the creative. They come up with all the content. But she said in this media event that they are doing away with the red Halloween Horror Nights, the iconic Halloween Horror Nights Trust sign. They're making it teal. What? That's wild.
I'm fine with it.
I'm excited for it. So here's the thing. I couldn't picture it. And then I like did a little video, like a little reel, and like was trying to like get that color just so I could like envision it. I'm a very visual person and I love the way it looks. I think it's gonna go really well with this year.
I think it's gonna work because like walking directly into Origins of Horror and like going towards El Artista, like the whole conservatory idea with everything, I think it's gonna blend that in as you walk in better than like a big red, like feels too loud. I feel like it needs to be a little quieter, like spooky. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
I don't know.
I feel like last year it was like wham.
Yeah, red comes at you
music.
Hard. I don't know. The colors are weird, but I just think red is just slapping the face, and the blue is just more of like a hey, come on, let's get a little scared real quick, you know? Yeah.
Fred said he needs a Photoshop mock-up. Fred, if you go to our Instagram, I posted a reel where I literally like I did a huge edit on it, and it looks teal, so you can kind of see it visually because I am like you. I need to see it to get with it. But yeah, it's there. Just go check it out. I don't have it to show you right here, unfortunately. Sorry. And then Zombie Chris said the color should match throughout the zones. I agree. I 100% agree with you. I think last year, I just keep saying last year because it's like the freshest thing. And honestly, we've only been going for 2 years. We're not going to sit here and be like, we're HHN experts. We're not. We know enough. We know more than the average person. And I'm a little obsessed. And that's that. So the last 2 years, I will say that these scare zones they aren't cohesive. Like they just feel like you're like going from place to place. And I think this year they're trying, and there's a lot of dead zone between the houses, like between the scare zones. So you like walk through a scare zone and then you're just like in Illuminations, like Minions land.
I just hit me. The zombie vampires or the hippie vampires.
Vamp 69.
Yeah, 69. Summer Love. They did it in New York. When you have San Francisco in your park, that's where the hippies were. That's where the Summer of Love was.
Yeah.
Just thought of that.
Yeah.
I'm slow.
It's just hard, I think, because you're so smart. It drives me nuts. I think with that year, remember they had like the ship, like the oddities. What was over there that year? It was like the oddities of Oddfellow, and it had them all in their cargo, and some of them had like gotten out.
Maybe.
You remember the girl with the vines? She would like shake the cage.
Oh yeah.
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 That'll bring it all in. That was like the most memorable one, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, Springfield's gonna be a dead zone.
All is he's saying it is a dead zone. Chris, sorry. Fred said all of Springfield is a dead zone. I agree with you, and I think that there should be more there. I think there will be. I think this year will have a lot more going on, and it's not going to feel like you're just walking through Universal Studios at night. So
are they spreading them out? Are they making them a little bit longer?
That's what they say. That's just some of the information that we've gotten this week. They have pretty much hammered it home that they're ramping things up. She tweeted something. No, Darren Scott tweeted something that Laura Soul said, and it said, don't quote me, but it said something about the reduced scare zones have been thrown out the window. So we are going to see them be longer and more experiences come to the park. Cassie said, we're going to have less like Dead Space and more Horror Nights characters walking around outside of the scare zones, right? Pretty much, yeah, that's what they're saying. They had one scare actor in Springfield a few years ago. I felt sorry for him. I would also. I'd probably want to give him a hug.
Spooky character from Simpsons? Who was it?
Bart or Bort. And then Austin said, I'm not going to call you by your I have the beard name because I know your name. I hope they have I hope they're actually a lot spookier this year and it's not all hype. Listen, we're going to go there. We will go there. I feel like this year, the PR, like everything that they're saying, it's hyping us up. It's getting us all very excited. And what's going to happen if we all show up and it doesn't live up to the hype?
Well, I've heard it twice now. It's like, this is the scariest house ever, or like Insidious times 10.
Okay, well, yes.
I mean, that feels a little heavy.
I agree with you on that. I feel like when we get to that, it'll be...
I don't think ticket sales are low by any means. Like, why put that out if there's not like some truth to it?
Right. I agree with you. Let's move on to the next scare zone. Because we're jumping around. I know. I want to do that also. I think the next scare zone that was announced was Masquerade. Does that sound right? Masquerade Dance with Death. Does that sound right to everyone? Let me pull it up. Give me a second. I got pictures of the book that me and my son read tonight. It was funny. It was a comic book. It was funny. Anyway, Masquerade Dance with Death. You're invited to a masquerade ball where bloodthirsty vampires lurk behind ornate disguises. When their mask fall, you'll become their prey. Nick and I talked about this, and I think it would be really cool if these vampires are at a masquerade ball. I really like it to be time period. I'd like it to match the Artista time period. And I'd really like them to break out and dance. Not like a flash mob. Not like a flash mob. Like they do like their think Haunted Mansion when they're dancing and they're spinning around their ball gowns.
Oh, what about Thriller?
Okay, but listen, it's like it's timed, right? So when the music will cut, it'll get really spooky and scary. The lights will change. They pull down their mask and then it's just a frenzy and they're just like chasing you. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
Like Purge, we just all run.
It would be so cool. It makes me think of like I don't know what it makes me think of. But
Spooky.
I want them to just chase me. Like I want to be dancing and then be like, blood, and then chase me through the streets of hopefully Hollywood. I think it'd be cool. Cassie agrees with me. Yes, give me them Victorian art vibes. Yes, give me ball gown period. Well, that'd be really hot, but something similar. You know what I mean? Like nothing that makes them uncomfy, but something that makes it feel like Victorian.
I agree. Why does Victorian
it's so spooky.
Why is it spooky?
Like Victorian dolls? Come on.
It's like, it's just, if you just see a picture of people from the Victorian era, it's just kind of scary.
It's spooky.
For no reason.
Absolutely. Fred said, it would have been cool if Uni could have licensed the Bloodlines IP for this scare zone. Do you mean like the Universal Monsters Bloodlines? Or is that something else entirely and I'm just dumb.
Don't look at me.
Do you know? No,
Don't look at me.
Please elaborate, because I want to talk about it. All I can think of is the scene from Van Helsing at the ball.
Yeah.
So you're picking up what I'm putting down. I like it. Cassie's so with me, everyone, just so you know. I love this and hope this is what they do. I think it'd be so, when it says like when the masks fall, you become their prey. Like, how cool would it be? I think it'd be cool. Almost like every 30 minutes or so. You know what I mean? Like every 10, 15 minutes, they do this little show where they dance and then they come after you.
Everything's kind of nice. And then they just break out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down for that.
I don't think there was any like fun little information that was given at the media event about this, but the amount of lighting that we've seen in construction videos, if any of you watch construction videos like I do, because I'm a weirdo, I usually watch them on my iPad while I'm working right here, and the amount of lighting that they are putting into this park this year, I don't know what to think. I don't want it to be like too lit up.
Yeah.
But I want it to be immersive. Like a lot of it could be like projections and just like.
Yeah, there's a lot they could do with it. But Swamp last year was kind of dark, but it made it better. Remember that?
Swamp was so cool.
It was really dark though.
It was really hard to see.
Yeah.
I agree.
But there's so much they can do with lights.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They'd be lighting it up.
Fred, what's up, man? The video game Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's beloved in those circles. I've played it myself. I wish I could play video games. I barely have time to do this. That sounds so cool. I've tried to play Phasmophobia so many times, and I like can't play it long enough to be good at it, and it's just really scary. But that sounds really fun, and if I could play a video game, I'd be playing that one. Ooh, Chris said, I can't wait to meet the king and queen of the Masquerade. That's a really good thought. It makes me think of like Mardi Gras, how they like have a king and a queen. I forget what they call them. I lived there when I was little, so I don't know the terms. I just remember there was a king and a queen on the floats.
Yeah, they have to have
and
a
they
king
picked
and queen.
like different people from the
Masquerade ball, king and queen.
I think that would be really cool. I think they could do a lot with this. I think time period, again, they could like stretch out that conservatory vibe, like the Gothic vibe. I think it would be really, really neat. Yeah, that's Masquerade. I feel like that's kind of like that's what we're getting. Like that, it just sounds very to the point.
Yeah, it sounds perfectly fun.
Yeah,
it's not like one I'm like, wait, what are they gonna do? Like, is this gonna work? How are they gonna do this? Like,
it's almost like Vamp, but it's not.
They could do a lot with this and it'll still be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I agree. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one unless any of you have something fun to give us about this. Was Cat Lady next or Mutants? Which one do you want to do next?
Cat Lady.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this one. Okay. We've got the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane coming. I said that right. Yep. Okay. Travel down a spooky winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into feral felines. Be careful or you'll be next. Listen, everything about this artwork gets me excited. I love that it's like, I'm looking at it. Me and Nick are looking at it.
So many pumpkins and a full moon.
You like can't even see me with this thing on my face.
Move it over by me.
Can I move it? I don't want to mess it up. I'm not good at this yet, guys. Come on. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it right there. I'll just sit up and not slouch. So like the artwork on this, it's got like a graininess to it, which I love. Like I love like vintage Halloween stuff. I think it's really
cool. The
artwork like the
is really
orange,
good.
The pumpkins in the trees. Nick and I have never got to experience the pumpkins in the trees. We've been pass holders for a long, like 5 years now. I think we're going on 5 years for a while. So we could barely afford those trips, right? We've always wanted to do Halloween Horror Nights, but it just like wasn't in the budget for us. I know that sounds stupid, like $80 ticket, but it really wasn't in the budget for us. It was hard enough to get there without our kids. So we got to see them like in the trees one year, and we got to see them like on the truss And that's how we kind of learned about the little boo thing and like followed that. But we have never got to experience it at night. And I think it's going to be so cool if they put those in the trees. So this is speculated to go in Central Park. Where else would they put it? If you guys have kept up with any of the construction videos that have been going out, they have at the end of Central Park, like over by the Pets Animal Actors thing, there's like this huge truss and stage, and it kind of looks like it could be a house. And if you look at it from like the Central Crepe Park stand and look down, it looks exactly like the artwork. So this scare zone could be.
Yeah, are they building a house because we're trick or treating, right?
I get to like walk down Central Park and be like trick or treat,
right? No, and then we get turned into a cats. We turn into cats. Ridiculous.
So
I mean, it does sound kind of ridiculous, but also like the artwork and I guess them possibly like building a house or something like that makes it way cooler.
Fred is like total opposite of the spectrum. I get it. I was also like, what is this even? Cats? But I saw someone post something, and I think it was from Trick or Treat, that scare zone. I'm not super like, well, like I don't understand that one very much. I haven't seen any pictures. I've just heard of it. But they posted a singular picture of like a cat in that scare zone, and they had like the long fingers and like a cool mask. It was very vintage Halloween. I loved it. I thought it was cool. I think it's going to be very different than the vibe of the event this year, which I'm okay with.
I think having your main character be a cat lady is an immediate turnoff. But when you read into it, it sounds like it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Kayla, exactly. Vintage Halloween. You can't go wrong with that. Like the people who come to Halloween Horror Nights love horror or they love Halloween. And now they have something for both of them. So Who
said about the Masquerade being they have to have classic like gothic music? Because I fully agree with that. I don't want some weird.
Your best friend.
There it is. Okay.
Austin also said, I'm so excited for this one. I hope it's more classical Halloween pumpkins and whatnot, and not so much people turning into cats. I agree with you. I think we're going to see, personally, I'm moving it off my face. I think we're going to see a lot of the vintage cat, like, costume design. I don't think it's going to be like very obvious where they are. I think they're going to be kind of like a jumpy scare zone. But that's just me. I would be okay with just walking through the scare zone.
Yeah. So there's going to be cats jumping, like furries jumping out and scaring us? Is that what's happening?
I hope not. I feel like they'll probably have some trick-or-treaters in the scare zone also, like the cats chasing them. I think it'll be good.
It's got potential. It's got potential for sure.
I don't think we got anything super cool about this. No, I don't think we got any like additional information from the media event that we can talk about. Nah. Don't think so. So that's that scare zone. I think it's gonna be fun. I think the lighting of this scare zone is gonna be really cool if they do the pumpkins in the trees and like in the bushes. Exactly like the artwork. I want that orange lighting. I want
Halloween neighborhood trick-or-treating.
I agree.
It's like we're walking through a neighborhood.
Like, and not like today's neighborhood, like
classic.
Early 2000s, 90s. Like think Salem from Hocus Pocus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I want. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. We've got Mutations, Toxic 20s. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't love this.
The Roaring 20s were kind of like, not during the day, like it looked like a giant party. It looked like it was really cool to be alive in the 20s, but also like evening photos from the 20s. They're like get-ups. They're like clothes they're wearing.
Immediately scary.
Kind of spooky too. Like just the Victorian era. Like what is that?
I feel like we've had a lot of like pop culture centered around 1920s because it was such an iconic time period. But so it like brings us back in time and it makes it like ghosty, like spirits.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain that. I've seen a lot of movies, I feel like, or films, a lot of media that makes me think of the Roaring 20s as a spooky time period, like speakeasies being haunted and things like that.
Yeah, I remember watching Great Gatsby. Mm-hmm. Not really like I never read the book in high school. I was like, this is going to get scary at some point.
You read your cliff notes and took your test.
It's going to get spooky at some point, and it doesn't get spooky. I was like, huh, it was a surprise. It was a good movie, though. Okay, yeah, bugs eaten alive, or what is it?
Okay, so remember we talked about, I had to fill Nick in on this one. So Nick actually works at pest control, so this is bugs eaten alive. That house would have been really fun for you because he would have just nerded out. But bugs eaten alive, like the concept of that house, I think that was in HHN 31 or 32. It was one of those years. Someone correct me in the comments.
No, I remember this being a house when we were there, but we didn't go to Halloween Horror Nights.
So it was 31.
Yeah.
Because
was it
that's
the same year they had the pumpkins in the trees? Possibly?
No, but they had them in the truss.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bugs Eaten Alive. BuzzCon is the company. I didn't read the... Hold on, wait. Did I read the description? I'm sorry, guys. In a 1920s neighborhood, a BuzzCon truck with radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster getaway car, sending the city into a toxic pandemonium. Okay?
All right.
Okay. It's out there. I'm going to go ahead and say it's out there. So BuzzCon is a name drop from the pest control company that created the substance that turned everyone to bugs and in Bugs Eaten Alive. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
You are now.
It's a good business model. You create more bugs.
Well, they all eat each other too. Mm-hmm. So we've got a BuzzCon callback here. This time it's a radioactive substance and it's turning people into mutants. It's speculated to be in New York, which I think is the perfect place for the scare zone, outside of it being like notoriously one of the best scare zones per year. New York is great for Roaring Twenties, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The theming around it, like in the actual park, is going to be great. I'm just not sold on this idea. I would love to know what you guys think, because I have nothing. I got nothing cool to say. Nothing. Okay.
Wait, so the pesticide, the stuff they're making now turns humans into mutants.
I guess they've put their hands into something else. This is...
so the original one turned them into bugs.
Correct.
That eat each other.
Correct.
Now they're just turning them into mutants.
They didn't mean to. Remember the BuzzCon truck carrying a radioactive substance crashes into a mobster getaway car.
Okay, so this company has one chemical that turns people into bugs, and it also made another chemical that turns people into mutants.
Correct.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Sounds good.
We got it.
Got it.
It's out there. All right, we've got Austin. This one ties in with Bugs Eaten Alive, and it's going to be so gross and neat. I agree with you. Fred said, sounds like Uni is ripping a page out of Knots with this one, as the Roaring Twenties is a big theme with them. I'm not super familiar with them, but maybe so. I think Roaring Twenties in general can be scary. They did do Spirits of the Coven, and I didn't do that one, but I don't think the community as a whole loved that one. It was like a Roaring Twenties themed speakeasy. I don't really know anything else. I've seen videos of it, and that's it.
Oh wait, is it Knott's Farm, or
Knott's Berry Farm?
Is that what he's talking about? What is that? Why does that ring a bell?
Knott's Berry Farm is a theme park in California.
Oh,
I've been there actually.
Nerd.
Yeah. I went there with my mom. I can't remember, but I've been to California, so I don't even know where I was.
So do they do like a spooky Halloween thing too? Okay.
Knott's Scary Farm.
No. Oh, not scary. Oh.
Uh-huh. Not scary.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much about that, but hey, they don't do it often though. They don't do 20s often. Hopefully the scare zone has green lighting to set the mood. I agree. If any of you have been to Epic Universe, there's that little part over there in Place Cachet. I think that's what they call that area. Like almost like the Diagon Alley of Paris. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's like a green plant growing from like a mushroom fungus, and it's dripping green onto the ground, and it's like paved over. I think it'd be really cool to have a lot of stuff like that on the ground, and I think we will. I hear Rondo. Is he gonna bust up in here? Yep, here he comes.
Hey, buddy.
There he is.
I thought you were a mutant. I'm glad it's you, buddy.
I think the green lighting would be cool. I think that please don't knock anything over. Thank you.
Bye, Rondo.
Lay down.
Sit down.
Lay down.
Sit right there. You can lay down.
He's chilling. He's just gonna watch us. We have an audience in a room and not on the live. Anyway, I think the lighting obviously has to be green. I think the costume design, everything. I think whether or not I like the theming, I think it'll be cool. Like they can't not.
It's gonna
make
be
it
okay.
Cool. It's gonna be a
Maybe I'll
cool
be
moment
surprised.
for the costume designers and the makeup artists.
Somebody said, I don't know who it was. Somebody said they're gonna be all goopy, and I was like, oh wait, maybe it's gonna be kind of not that cool, but who knows?
Who knows?
Could be exciting.
Who knows? Kayla said, excited for this one because of the 1920s aspect. I agree with you. I think that gets me excited. I love the Roaring 20s. I think it's a very cool time period. I don't think of it with mutants. I think of it more of like spooky haunted because it's long enough now that we can call like a speakeasy haunted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like their homes.
Like
31. Yes, we were right. 31. Fred said, I loved bugs. We just needed some real bugs to round out the house.
Oh, they're out there, I imagine.
I'm sure if you walk around Universal long enough, you'll find a palmetto bug anywhere in Florida.
I found them.
Remember when we found one at the beach like 6 years ago? It was in Gulf Shores.
No.
What happened? You don't remember? There was just a roach on the beach.
Oh, on the beach.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. He was on vacation too.
He just needed a time. Cassie said, I'm hoping it's good. I'm into the 20s, but confused on the zombie factor. I guess it may be awesome. I mean, I agree with you. There's been things that I was not sure about that Universal has made absolutely incredible. So we'll see. I just don't have a lot of excitement. It's not very high on my rankings right now. Austin said, in Bugs Eaten Alive, it turned the bugs into giant man-eating monsters. So I think these guys are going to get all goopy and enlarged and gross. Blech. Not Scary Farm is legendary and is even older than HHN. See how much I know? Not that much. But we like to talk. Epic Universe is my Shayla. I miss it so much. My Shayla. Nick's not online like I am. Okay, so that's all of the scare zones. Now we're going to move into this little fun thing that they did. They announced 2 experiences when we were all expecting a 5th scare zone. They announced Mel's Dying Zombies. Finally, we get something Mel's Dying other than just the sign. I think that's going to be great. I do know that I've seen people talk about that there was a casting call for HHN for roller skaters.
Oh, yeah.
So the carhops could be kind of maybe on skates, the zombie carhops. I don't know how a zombie would actually do well roller skating, or maybe it'll be the people running away from the zombies. Who knows? I think it'd be cool. That's just something that I heard. It could be totally false and not happen at all. And then we've got Club Horror. Brave all new street experiences that take the horror to new heights. What does that mean? That feels cryptid, doesn't it?
A little bit. Is that the one with the DJ out there on the road?
Mm-hmm. Featuring zombie car hops, undead DJs, and more. Club Horror is speculated to go where the San Francisco scare zone usually is, because there is a lot of movement there. It looks like there's a DJ stand. There's tons of, like, I guess you could call it club lighting. Listen, I never like went out. Like, I was boring and I never went out to clubs or anything. So if you give me a little party zone at HHN, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't drink, but I don't need to drink. I can go in there and I can dance, and it can just...
I'll dance. I'll get down.
Okay. We're going to hold you to it.
I've been out, but...
We're going to hold you to it.
I was just a little too old for the clubs now. You know what I mean?
I'm way too old for the clubs. I'll be 30 this October.
Is this going to be like a spillover from Nightmare Fuel? Kind of like how Artista has a...
I don't know. Nightmare Fuel isn't confirmed yet from Halloween Horror Nights, but the Fuel girls have kind of put it out there that they're coming to Orlando. And that's all we know. Now I'll take Now I'll take the zombies factor here. This makes so much more sense. I agree. Undead carhops. It's cool. It's cool. It's very cool. And then Austin's very excited for Mel's dying. Same. And then Fred said dance areas have become fairly popular recently at these Halloween events. I'm here for it. It gives people a break from the scariness and like the rah rah rah, and it's like, oh, fun. You know what I mean? Like it gives people a moment.
Like a pick me up too if it's going on until like 3
a.m. And if the DJ's good, and if the DJ's actually good, you will see me there more than once. I'm just saying. All right, let's see what we found for information regarding these. Ooh, I lost it. Everybody stay calm. It's fine. What's your favorite scare zone so far, Nick?
Cat Lady. No, it's not Cat. That could be fun though.
I'm very excited for that one. I think that one's my number 3 though.
I don't know. I think the Masquerade one's probably going to be. I need to know more. I need to know more about it. But I think the Masquerade could be really good.
I feel like Masquerade might take the cake for me. How funny would it be if Masquerade doesn't? Oops, sorry, your comment's still on here. If Masquerade doesn't take the cake and Mutants does.
Right, Mutants sneaks in for the win.
Wouldn't that be funny? Because I'm not excited about that one at all. So there are quotes from the media event saying they're taking immersion to the next level. I feel like I heard... Okay. The reduced scare zones from last year have been thrown out the window. You're going to see more scare actors and more scenics all around the park. Are we talking about Mel's dying and the scare zone? Like, here's the thing. We get one less scare zone. We get 2 new experiences, which is going to break up that dead zone. And then we also get what sounds like bigger, larger, grander scare zones. I like to think that these carvings that we're going to get in the front of the park are going to like line the streets from like the second you walk into the turnstiles, like you're in that scare zone, and all the way down to like Rip Ride Rocket, because there's like been things, I think it's Spooky Empire lore that actually says that the scare zone is going to extend all the way out there.
That's long. That's
very long. And then she's saying that we also will enter the conservatory as soon as we walk in the turnstiles.
Well, because there won't be any screams coming from Rip Ride Rocket this year. For the first time.
Construction. And listen, Universal is going, studios in general, the bridge is completely deconstructed from Simpsons to like London. Completely deconstructed. They have literally 40 days to put that back together. Excuse me. And then we've got Rip Ride Rocket construction. And there's one other place that's going on. There's construction going on. Central Park. No. New York. That little seating area, that park area with the grass, there's a construction wall all the way around it.
Huh.
Yeah. And then the Palace arcade next to the Mummy, completely shut down, walled up.
Yeah. Look what what you just said.
Club horror can go either way. It could be trash. It could be like trash on trash on trash, but it could also be fire. Like it could be a really good time. Kayla said, that sounds super fun. I'll drink a little Dr. Pepper in the club. In the club. We drink Dr. Pepper. Fred said, assuming Uni learned their lesson last year with the Blumhouse scare zone. Let's hope so.
I've been seeing about that one too.
I know.
I was excited about that.
It had potential, but it was just a big photo op.
Yep.
Austin said, I have been seeing rumors Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be an arcade by the Mummy 2. It'll be really neat if they incorporate all of those areas to give them spooky themes. Okay, so let's jump into some of the speculative things that are happening in the park. Do you know the big Teal building and right? I think it's actually the entrance to Jimmy Fallon. There's a big sign there. It's gone. Why is it gone? I don't know. So there's a lot of speculation. There's no active construction going on in the Tribute store in New York, like that area. The reason being is it's speculated that the Mummy wants their extended queue because Rip Ride Rocket will close down August 17th through the 19th. I don't know which day. It's one of those 3 days. My brain's just not braining right now. So we're losing
rides. Yeah.
They probably will need that.
Also, the first Mummy movie, maybe all of them, was set, I think, in the 20s.
Hey, mutants.
Yeah.
Mutants in the 20s, mummies in the 20s. Okay, making sense.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, tribute store. There's also no construction activity going on at the constructions where they usually do the tribute store in Hollywood. Why is this concerning? Because that means there's no current tribute store being built in those 2 locations. So where's the tribute store going to be? At Spooky Empire, they said that this is the 10th year of tribute store and they want to do it right. So there's going to be a tribute store. It's just not going to be in either one of those locations. So people are speculating the Palace Arcade is going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's experience or the tribute store. I lean Five Nights at Freddy's experience. It's right next to the pizza, Louis Pizza. And if they're going to have pizza this year at the event, where are they going to put it? Where are they going to put pizza? In a food booth? What food booth is going to be able to keep up with the demand of pizza pies? Louis,
none of them.
Palace, Arcade. They're very close. I'm just saying. That's my theory. That's all I'm going to say. So I think the possibility that the Palace Arcade being a Five Nights at Freddy's experience is high. Do I think it's going to be the tribute store? I do not. I do not think it's going to be the tribute store. I think the tribute store is going to be somewhere else. I don't know where. I'm just saying they're not going to not do a tribute store. Not on the 10th anniversary.
No. But where's it going to be?
I don't know. More will be revealed. I really don't know. I have no idea. I think it could be in Palace, but it would be very small. And they would have to take all those games out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
And they got a lot going on. I don't know why they wouldn't just put it
in Hollywood.
I think Fred said it, but I still think like they should have waited till after this, maybe like Christmas time to take down Rip Ride Rocket.
I hear you, and I agree with you 100%, but I don't think it was something that Universal wanted to do.
I think it's just a lot going on, like right to crunch time.
There's no way Universal was like, let's shut down Rip Ride Rocket during Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think that's the case. There has to be something that's like, you have to renew this, or you have to change this, or you have to put so much money into this before you can keep running this ride after this date. Right. So they were just like, we got to do it. And so they're doing it. I haven't read the comments in a while. Let me see. Douglas. What's up, Doug? Douglas said, it's a little disappointing. There will be no Universal Monsters house this year. Would much rather have a Monsters house than a WWE house. How do you know? It could be Monsters. It could be the rumored WWE house. I know what I'm pulling for. I know it's very, very highly speculated that WWE is going to get a house. But
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. But I agree with you. I think I would prefer Monsters over WWE. WWE, I've seen the content I need to see from WWE to make it look like a Halloween Horror Nights house, and I think it's cheesy, personally.
I still think it could be fun.
I
think it would be okay.
Nick's going to pull for him. Mm-hmm. That's what he's going to do.
And with a name like McGraw, how could you not be pulling for WWE a little bit? You know?
Yeah.
Come on.
Chris said, I'll say this. Expect something different. It's a store for sure. Do you mean expect something different for the tribute store this year? Or do you mean expect something different for Palace Arcade? I think you mean tribute store. But I agree with you. I think there's going to be a store. I just don't think it's going to be what we're used to, and it's definitely not going where we're used to. They're definitely going to do one. Palace is 100% the tribute store. All right, Frank, listen, I'd love to take your word for it, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I could 100% be wrong, but I don't know. I have a hard time believing that they would why wouldn't they put it in Hollywood? Someone riddle me that. Someone tell me why it's not going in Hollywood. If Mummy needs the extended queue space and they can't do it in New York, why would they do it in Hollywood? Tell me. Someone tell me. Mr. Disney King, welcome. I think the tribute store maybe isn't as important as we thought it was to Universal HHN. Well, I kind of thought the same thing, but at Spooky Empire, they mentioned that this year's tribute store is the 10th year of tribute store, and that alone makes me feel like they're not just gonna like not do one. So I don't know. We'll see. Zombie Chris said Rip Ride Rocket replacement is too big of a project to keep waiting until January. I agree. I think it's going to take a lot of work. They've already done so much work. I don't think Nick's seen any pictures. They've dug out from like Hard Rock to where Rip Ride Rocket is operating out into like City Walk. It's just all dirt. And there's excavators in there. The coaster is rumored to kind of like maybe go over the water some or like come out over the people in City Walk. Because City Walk is free.
Yeah.
Anyone can go to City Walk.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens after, you know? Mm-hmm. But that's a long ways out.
Oh, I went too far down. Sorry, friends. I'm actually, Mr. Disney King said, I'm actually breathing a sigh of relief with no monsters this year. Kind of like when we had enough of The Walking Dead. Listen, here's the thing. If we can't do monsters right, I don't want them. I know I'd prefer a Monsters House over WWE, but if we didn't have a good concept for monsters, then hell yeah, give us something else because you're going to exhaust that IP. I feel like it kind of already might be.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only do so many things different. And last year's house was cool, but it wasn't like, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful house.
It was cool. I was excited about that one last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily let down. It was just more aesthetically pleasing than scary, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not like some WWE guy here, okay? But I haven't watched it in a long time.
John Cena.
But that new spooky guy, I think his name is like Uncle Howdy or something like that.
Wyatt Styx.
That's his little group, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's Bray Wyatt's little brother, who was a spooky guy before, but he passed away recently.
R.I.P.
But that little scene you showed me, which you showed me a wrestling video, weird, never thought it would happen, never saw that coming. But I was like, whoa, this was kind of cool. This could work. And this is right when like the idea of a WWE house was going around. The idea of a WWE house sounds kind of ridiculous, but that Uncle Howdy dude, that whole video, I was like, okay, they have something here for sure. I think this could work. And he's from Florida. He's from about an hour away from Orlando.
Does his group not remind you of Triplets of Terror? Their little mask?
I don't know. They had this going on before I knew what Triplets of Terror was, so.
I'm just saying, it looks a lot like Triplets of Terror. Like, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
Chris said they will work magic. We're back to the tribute store, guys. They said we will work magic. They will work magic on the space that they have. It will make sense when you see it. Listen, I'm ready for it. I would like to see it not in Palace Arcade, and I'd like that to be the Five Nights at Freddy's experience that everyone is talking about, and this be in a separate space. I'm happy if it comes in a separate space, as long as it's there. The flow issues with the scare zone in Hollywood. Yeah, that's another thing. We've got Rip Ride Rocket construction going on. We've got the Mummy probably needing higher capacity, needing that extended queue space. And then all of the portals to get into the houses back there. Where are they going to put those? Are they going to keep them back there? Because they're going to be very hidden if so. It's very tricky. I am excited to see what they come up with. Mr. Disney King said, it makes sense that the tribute store isn't in Hollywood so that they can flip it for Christmas in that location if New York is no longer an option. Thank you. I needed that logic. That's exactly what I was asking for. Frank said they're getting the arcade mostly intact. It'll be a Five Nights at Freddy's theme. I think you're right. Mm-hmm. I think you're absolutely right. And I think it's going to maybe possibly have some Louis Pizza involved. I think they're going to like bridge the two maybe. Kira! I freaking love you. Thank you for coming.
Hey,
you're
Kira.
The best. Kira. Dylan. I didn't really love the Monsters house last year. It looked good, but felt short compared to the previous 2 years. And was it scary? No, but it was beautiful. Do you remember the scene? You guys remember the scene last year with the candles where they like all turned off? Nick was behind me, and I'm going to brag about this because it was like a highlight of last year for me. And I knew, like, I'd been through so many times that I knew what time the lights were going to turn off. And I like did like this thing where I snapped and they all turned off, and Nick was like, so that was my highlight.
Yeah, that made me a little nervous about you.
Did anyone like Legends Collide from last year? As in, like, was last year? No, last year was Bloodlines. Legends Collide was the year before. I liked it. Was it last year? No, it was last year. What was the year before? It was Monsters, like, Unmasked.
Unmasked was 2 years ago.
Okay, he's right.
Yeah.
Collide, yeah, we talked about that. Mr. Disney King said, I'm still saying the Lagoon show coming this year is centered around Universal Monsters, aka Creature from the Black Lagoon. Mic drop. I'd love that. I hope you're right. Mr. Disney King said, I'm sorry, but putting the tribute store in the palace is like telling me the haunted house is being put in the palace next. Yeah, in the palace next year. The space is less than. We're getting less than. We'll see. Fear and Beer, what's up? The candle scene was the strongest part from the house. A reused set gimmick from Graveyard Games. Ooh. I would have loved that house, I think. Legends Collide was 2022. We were not there, friend.
No. We might have been there, but not...
Yeah, you're right. Eternal Bloodlines. I'm getting things confuzzled.
Same.
Listen, same. Kira, I'm so scared for the rumor of the wet, dry path. I'm Terrifier. In Terrifier, we're going to say that. Let's talk about that. Okay, really quick. We'll talk about some of the exciting news we got from the UK event, and then we'll probably start to wrap this up. What are we at? 1 hour and 10. Okay.
We'd go longer, but I have to be up at 5:30.
Yeah, Nick played golf. I went to the pool. I'm tired. The sun made me tired. Okay, so we're just going to kind of go through these tweets that came out from Darren Scott from the UK media event and just kind of talk about like what they mean. We haven't really done any kind of live stream or talked about our opinions on the IPs coming to this year's event because they aren't all out yet, and we kind of want to do it like all at once. So we're going to be quick about it. Darren Scott tweeted out about Fallout, saying that it will check all the boxes for gamers and show fans. You'll see the vaults, the Bloody Wedding, Rad Roach, Gulper, T60, and a lot more. I forgot what a Gulper was until last night.
It's the big
slug thing from the water. And wait, I think there's more about that. From what I remember, there was more about that, saying that the Gulper that they created for this year's for the house is giant. Nick's checking his fantasy thing right now. Are you winning?
Fantasy baseball.
Are you winning?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then it's worth it. I'm very excited for Fallout. I know it's not that scary, but I loved the show. Didn't play the games. The corn being in the Bloody Wedding is scary, though.
Yeah, that's a bad omen.
Corn curse is real.
The show is really good. And I'm not a big gamer, but my brother-in-law, your little brother, said the video game was really good. He said he watched both and like everything checks out.
I don't trust my brother's opinion on anything.
I do now. He said Terrifier 2 is okay. And he was right.
Speaking of Terrifier, guys, Terrifier is gonna be fucking crazy. What? Who said that?
Oh, Fred.
You dirty dog. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Fans of Terrifier are in for an incredible experience. The team at HHN worked very closely with Damien Leone, which is the director of the franchise, on the house, which they say is the bloodiest and goriest house that HHN has ever done, with more water effects than any house ever. Period. No, thank you. I don't know where the other tweets are, but I do know what they basically said. They said that there was going to be all of Art's iconic kills in the house. How?
Yeah.
That it can't be a PG-13 event if they're showing the one kill that we all know about, right?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay. So how? I'm excited, but how? Maybe they'll do it like visually where you can't like okay. Moving on. They also said I was just like
No.
They also said that this year you're going to be soaked in this house, but you will have the option to choose a wet or dry path. And I'm telling you guys now, I'm doing both.
What was the one 2 years ago? It was like hot and cold. Or was that last year?
Oh, Dueling Dragons.
Yeah.
Choose thy fate.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. You're choosing your fate. Do you want to be dumped with blood, or do you want to?
They're not. Yeah, it can't be blood.
It's gonna be water.
Yeah.
But I imagine it as like you'll hear the squelching. We watch movies with subtitles on. Please tell me you watch your movies with your subtitles on, or are we just old? Squelching. We'll hear the squelching and then you'll see it. You'll see the blood splatter somewhere, and then you'll feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's kind of cool.
But I don't think it's gonna be just that. I feel like
it's gross.
They're gonna like dump it on you.
But that's kind of cool, and it's gonna feel hopefully really good in August.
True
it's
that.
Really hot
true
outside.
that.
You know what
I'm
mean?
wearing
it's like a little splash zone.
Mike Alio said you're gonna need a barf bag and a poncho. So I will be bringing both because I will not be walking around Halloween Horror Nights wet when I'm already sticky and gross from the night. Like it's just not gonna happen.
All right, a barf bag and a poncho.
Also, please no blood smells and Terrifier. Okay.
Yeah, you can't.
So I don't know how true this is. So please tell me, anybody, if you guys can verify this. Apparently there was a blood scent smell in one of the houses, and it actually made people pass out. So they said they would never do it again. Which tracks? Like, you can't make people fall out. I cut my finger like open before a very important event, and Nick and I are not like squeamish, but seeing it and smelling it, we literally were like, whoa. Like, we almost passed out. Like, it was just like a natural reaction, maybe. I don't know. But we're not squeamish.
It was bleeding for like
Nick's literally diabetic.
15 minutes.
We check our blood sugar like often.
I had to walk away, and I was like, okay, we're going to go and elevate it and make it stop bleeding because we're about to go to the ER.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway,
I held it up and put it down. I was like, all right, we got it fixed. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, we almost passed out. It was crazy. So I don't think we should see any blood smells. That would be crazy. Fred said the wetter the better. Get out of here.
Fred, come on now.
Kira said, I think I'm only doing HHN once, so probably need to do the wet path, right? You're doing both? You're doing both. I got completely puked on in Soundstage Slaughter Cinema 2. I was like, Soundstage 2? Last year in the opening room. It was great. Did they have a water effect? They didn't, but I get what you mean. It stinks. It stunk so bad. The puke smell. Austin said he's getting smoked in fantasy baseball this week. Nick's in my lineup. Some good vibes.
Oh, yeah. It's been a tough year.
Mr. Disney King said, I'm going to HHN Hollywood opening weekend and then HHN Orlando closing week. So I'll get to try both Fallout mazes with both unique houses. Yay. That's going to be fun. You'll have to give us a review because I do want to know about it. How wet are we talking? Should I do this house last? Okay, well, now you know that there's going to be 2 paths, so you'll be able to choose how wet you want to get. No blood smells. Not happening. We're not doing that. I will cry and throw up. Same. The poop smells. Okay, Austin said he's more worried about the poop smells over the blood smells. Agreed. Do you remember the shit-filled rooms that he loves drawing his name in poop?
Yeah. He's nasty.
He's a nasty little
thing.
He is gross.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Poop smells they're gonna get me.
I hope it's everything. What did the guy say? The guy that said about the ponchos and the barf bags. Yeah.
He said you're gonna need a poncho and a barf bag. And John Murdy, he's the creative director of Hollywood. He's tweeting out a lot of stuff about it's gonna reek. It's going to be bad. He loves pumping smells into those houses. So I think it's going to be gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to do it, kind of, you know what I mean? Like they're hyping that up like to be like rough. So
yeah, well, there's a lot of hype, guys.
Make it rough then. Like let me go through it twice and be like, I'm good on that from here on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
stand by it.
Right. I agree. I will say this too. the amount of hype, because we're about to talk about another thing on the next IP that is giving hype. And if it doesn't live up, people are going to be mad. Like, people are going to be upset. So hopefully it lives up to the hype and they're not just like, get you in the door, because we're going no matter what.
Right. There's like a difference between like, hey, we're not selling tickets, so let's
and they're
let's
selling
hype it up.
tickets,
But they're doing
the price.
just fine. So
Yeah.
like, there's no reason to do this if it's not going to be factual, you know?
I agree.
And if it is, I'm going to be pissed.
Mr. Disney King said, I remember people puking outside of the Hollywood houses. I think Exorcist a few years ago. Hollywood goes all out on the smells. Yeah, Don Murdy loves the smells, like, a lot. We didn't do Exorcist. I was way too scared.
She wouldn't do it.
So here's the thing. I love spooky, ghosty movies and stories and things, but when it comes to like demented, demonic, possessive, I'm out. I think it's cool and it's fascinating, but it scares me. Like, that's something that like I feel like could not be real. I can't run from a demon. I can run from Jason Voorhees, right? So it gets me in a different headspace. And I was scared. That was my first year, so I didn't do it. Yeah,
I'm not like a huge fan of that, but I still wanted to try it because it was like that year it had all that hype. Like, it was terrifying, you know?
I think it was
like they
Insidious
had last
in there
year
too. Yeah,
like the same, like,
yeah.
Fred
Fred said Hollywood takes no aromatic prisoners. They did. The guy in the room spewed all over people and it was wet.
Yeah, Terrifier is a demon.
That. I believe you. I just don't remember.
Terrifier is a demon, so are you not going to be able to do
I remember, Mr. Disney King, I do remember the Mardi Gras room where the student throws up. I just don't remember it being wet. Art the Clown a freak. I agree. He's a weirdo. Mr. Disney King, hot take. We got a hot take from Mr. Disney King. He says, I'm sorry, but seeing people walking into Terrifier house wearing ponchos is just a marketing gimmick. We'll see. We'll see. If we get as wet as they say, I'm not taking that chance. Personally, I will walk into that house with a poncho, and if I don't get as wet as they say I am, I'll be a little upset. But I'm not taking the chance. Now, if Terrifier had an exit early option, meaning leaving the house early, would have definitely piqued my interest. Not wrong. Dylan said, I always temper my expectations from early talks. People always say some houses is the scariest or craziest because they say it every year. I feel like, I agree with you. I feel like people said that from the get-go. Insidious was the scariest, and it took House of the Year. But I don't remember anyone talking about Yeti being that scary, and it took House of the Year.
I don't know if it took House of the Year because it was super scary.
Mr. Disney King said, isn't Terrifier a demon? He is supposed to be, but is he? This movie, this lore, this storytelling is so bad that, like, we'll talk more about our thoughts on Terrifier when we do another live stream. He's not a demon. He's a weirdo.
Oh, he's definitely a demon. That's been established.
Oh,
he's just,
okay.
I mean, the man, like, he's been killed several times and he still keeps going.
Yeah.
Honestly, hot take. Those movies aren't that good.
It's not a hot take at all.
Okay, good. I don't know if anybody, I don't know why it's a cult favorite. I'm like, this is kind of silly.
I think Art himself is like a meme.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I mean, I am impressed that the first movie's budget was like $8,000, I think.
The first movie was like 20, wasn't it?
I think it was lower.
Okay. Nick is he's like, how much is this movie budget?
Because I looked at it and I'm like, okay, this is okay.
Like the actress who was hanging upside down, what did she get paid?
Maybe $500.
You got paid more than that. For your little, there was like this weird like acting thing that someone reached out to us just like on a whim. It was like, hey, we need you. And Nick stepped in and he had to like play this dad at like some clinic with like a woman being pregnant. It was crazy. But he got paid good money for that. We were shocked. We were like, yeah, let's just do it.
It was easy. I was already a dad. I just had to play a dad.
It was funny.
It was fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what you got paid, but you couldn't pay me enough. Right? Everybody in the same boat? Okay, let's move on just because it's getting late. Jason, this is another tweet that Darren Scott tweeted out from the UK media event. Jason Universe, the Jason house, will have multiple versions of Jason in the gauntlet of Jasons, including a new Jason. This house is described as insidious times 10. And
did they say a new Jason?
Yeah. Jason's
and insidious
been like,
times 10?
Yeah. The insidious times 10 is not.
Yeah, they need to reel it back in a little bit on that one.
So, okay, but here's why they said that. So let me give you a little backstory. The people who worked, the set designers who worked on Insidious or who are working on this house, and I think it's not in this thread that I'm looking at, but they also said that there's going to be Jasons like around every corner. Like,
see, that's
he's
cool.
going to be everywhere.
That's cool.
So I think that's what they mean.
That's like the movies.
But they didn't say it that way. This person who tweeted this said it like it was hyping it up to be Insidious, but that's not what they mean. I don't think.
I think, yeah. I understand. It's like the same people that do the set design. Is that what you said? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think like the whole thing of Jason, though, if you watch the first 4 movies from the 80s, it's not like scary. It might have been scary then.
Right.
Like still, it's just like pure jumps, just jumpy scares. So if you just have like 10, 12 Jasons packed in this house in different places, that's going to be fun. That's going to be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be really exciting.
Austin said Jason is just not as spooky as the demons from Insidious.
Right.
I don't believe it's 10 times scarier for a second. I agree with you. The overall like feeling of unease in Insidious comes from the Insidious franchise. I don't get that with Jason at all.
Well, it's like the classic movie thing. It's the same thing. Insidious movie versus Friday the 13th. It's not even a contest. But
no.
Like I said, I think it has the potential to be like, I'm looking for jump scares in these places. I'm looking to be scared here. You know what I mean?
So the person who created like the is it the red room? Is it the
curtain?
The curtain room. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah. The curtain room is who worked on this house. So I think personally, I think that's what they were meaning. And I think the context is a little confusing the way it's written in this tweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it has the potential to be jumpy scary. Like Disney King said, it definitely has the possibility of being redundant because it's just Jason jumping out and scaring. It's kind of like the movies. It's like after the second or third movie, you're like, okay, it's the same show.
I agree. Jason has absolute, like, the full potential of being redundant. I think they also said something about you're going to be able to see, like, all of the Jasons. Who is all of the Jasons? I guess, like, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Or, like, Jason in Space, Jason X.
I'm not watching that. You can't make me. If they're pulling Jasons from the films, I don't know how they're going to do New York Jason and the head punch in that film.
Yeah, the Jason Goes to Manhattan. It was like Ernest and Jason were going different places back in the day. Ernest goes to camp, Jason goes to Manhattan.
That's so funny. Okay, we're just gonna finish up with like these last few little pieces and then be done. Okay. Grave of Flesh. What happens after you die? You're being eaten by vicious flesh eaters. You're going to be at your gravesite where you'll see and smell the soil being put on top of you. You really feel like you're being buried.
Smell the dirt.
It's exactly what we said we wanted. Good. I want that exact vibe. El Artista, Spanish Haunting, features a conservatory which contains the origins of horror, which ties into the overreaching theme of the event this year. A beautiful house with not one facade, but 3. Excuse me?
What?
How? 3 facades?
How? What are they doing?
I don't know. Maybe it's okay. Okay. Maybe you'll see the facade of like entering the house and then you'll like come out of the house and you'll be like outside in like a cemetery or something. And then there's a conservatory. I don't know. Maybe we'll be entering different buildings.
Friday the 13th, number 16. Jason does his taxes.
Jason eating an ice cream.
Yeah, nobody knows what that is, but
rumor is the Poltergeist maze entrance is being reused for the Grave of Flesh entrance. Good. We got the trailer from Stranger Things in Triplets of Terror last year. That was weird. I'm getting really sleepy, guys. Let's talk about dolls really quick. Dolls Let's Play Dead. You're shrunk to the size of a doll. You'll constantly feel small with everything oversized around you as you enter the doll house. The house gets bloodier as you go through it. They also talked about there being like the immersion level being like there's a giant plug like outlet on the wall next to you. You'll be able to see Layla is the girl's name who like works on the house.
A giant like child.
Like you're gonna see her like looking inside.
Wait, is Layla a child or an adult?
She's a child. But they also said that you're going to be able to see Layla in another spot, like in another place in the event. And here's my theory. Because at Spooky Empire, they talked about the house having Easter eggs from all of the other parts of the event. I think Layla is going to be related to El Artista in some way. And I think her doll house, we'll be able to see it in that house as well.
Maybe.
That's my theory.
We'll see.
I'm calling it now. You heard it here at 10:34 on Sunday, July 20th. Yes, it is. It's getting late. It's late, guys. I'm sleepy. What do you guys think about these little tidbits? What do we think about all of the tweets we got? We've got Gulkin, too. We got to talk about. Let's do Gulkin really quick. Okay. Gulkin, Monsters of the North, brings folklore, beasts, and creatures to a Norse community that will be ravaged and ripped apart. A shaman beast is drawing all the creatures to the community. One of the bloodiest houses, very bloody, very visceral. The shaman is collecting the creatures, making them part of her. She's getting bigger and bigger as you go. At one point, the prop for her head as the final shaman beast is 6 feet tall. And as you go under the 6 foot tall head, you'll be going into the belly of the beast.
We're walking into its mouth?
Whoa. That's a lot. Gulkin is like very hyped for me. Gulkin's like up there. Like walking into a Norse community makes me think Blood Moon walking into like a village. You're going to be outside walking into a village, and that excites me. That excites me so much. Yeah. We just watched Rituals.
Ritual? Yeah, this reminds me of like the mixture of the movie The Ritual and Blood Moon from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't seen The Ritual, it's on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's nothing too crazy, but there is like a Norse demon called Loki.
No, it's like Jontu.
That's a huge spoiler. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to spoil that for y'all. But there is like.
Well, we like accidentally came across it.
We were just watching it and we realized we're like, whoa, wait. So that's a good movie to kind of get you prepped for, possibly get you prepped for Gulkin if you want to. Rituals on Netflix. All right, let's see what everybody has to say. I'm sure there's more and we'll talk about it maybe in the next one, but it's getting late for us. Hour and 30 minutes. Whew. Okay. Uni blogger, that is pretty cool. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but it does sound cool. Fred wants to know which house will be this year's Dead Man's Pier / Yeti. El Artista.
No.
Same set designer.
I think is he meaning like the sneaky one that maybe nobody saw was going to be the best house, but it is? Is that what he's going after there? Because if that's, I mean, El Artista, yeah.
El Artista is the same set designer, so if that's what you mean by like the beauty of it all, then that. But if you're talking about like the sneaky
sneaky favorite, I mean, it's not Gulkin. I mean, even though it's not an IP,
I don't think Gulkin's going to be sneaky. I think everyone's probably ranking that pretty high.
I think the graveyard, the dirt being buried one,
graveyard game. Not graveyard games.
Sounds like
Grave of Flesh.
Yeah, I think that one. I mean, that's my July speculation that one could be.
I feel like Hatchet and Chains has fallen really low on my list, and I don't think that one's going to be a sleeper. I think Dolls is going to be a sleeper. Personally, they said that this house is going to have some of the comedy aspect that you kind of look for, so it might be a little campy.
I think Dolls is going to be either really like sneaky, cool, sneaky, fun, and spooky, scary, whatever, or it's going to be a big giant flop. Not sure.
I don't know. Mr. Disney King, El Artista, 3 facades I fear are 3 paintings we enter and not a haunted manor entrance. Please let me be wrong.
I know. We got to go.
Yeah. Being that this is the same set designer as Blood Moon, I don't think that's the case. This is the same set designer as Blood Moon and Dead Man's Pier, and they deliver. They deliver clearly, so I don't think that's the case. So rest at ease. Gulkin be gulpin'.
Yeah, yes,
That's
sir.
up. So we'll be walking through the belly of the beast. Yeah, I mean, this year has a lot of hype around it. they seem to be marketing this year as bigger, better, more, scarier, bloodier, wetter. It's just like, it's a lot. There's a lot they're trying to put into this year. So I am excited but skeptical, only so that my feelings don't get hurt.
I feel like 50% of the houses' descriptions talk about how bloody it is. You notice that?
Mm-hmm. I do.
But no blood smells.
They better not.
Nope.
Hope not. What do you guys think? Do you think this is PR? Do you think this is hype? Or do you think this is going to be a good year? Do you think it's actually going to shape up to what they're saying it is? I want to know. I think... I don't think it's going to be as crazy, bloody, gory, everything that they're saying. But I do think it's going to be a good year. Ooh, this is a good question. Fred said, are y'all surprised with the ambition of this year given all the problems Epic has had? What problems has Epic had?
I heard every time it rains, it's really...
Okay, that's a good idea.
It's really rough.
Do you mean like attendance? Do you think like there's not a lot of people? There's a lot of people attending.
No, the wait times are like... I mean, maybe that's the problem. The wait times are like bad, and then when it rains, it's like the park shuts down, which I mean, understandable, but...
I'm not surprised with the ambition of this year. I am surprised that it seemed, okay, this is just an outsider perspective, someone who understands finance. I'm surprised that they seem to be throwing a lot of budget at this year's event from what they have given us so far. They're using IPs that they, Monsters is an IP that they own, and they're not using that this year. They're purchasing or paying for 5 different IPs.
Yeah, they're skipping a freebie.
We got 4. Yeah, I'm sure it's not completely free, but I am surprised by that. I'm surprised that they didn't wait longer. They've got a lot of construction going on. They've got lots of projects going on. So I am surprised that they're doing this huge, like, it feels like they're switching an era. Like, that's what this year feels like. It feels like a flip.
I feel like they're turning it up.
Yeah.
And I hope, again, I'm glad other people have had those like sneaky doubts about like this hype being kind of like too much. Glad it's not just me, but that was a good. Somebody just was talking about like this is like that dress rehearsal for like a big blowout for the 35th anniversary next year.
Oh, maybe.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense. I don't see that yet.
Well, let me read this one. Dylan said, so many people complain about how tame HHN has become, so maybe this is the return to horror. That's a good point. That's a great point, actually.
Yeah, I think there may be a club in the streets.
Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited for it to be crazy. Like, we don't do crazy things. Like, this is our wild night out. Like, as parents, like, we don't.
I do crazy stuff all the time.
What do you do?
I'll tell you that.
Dry scoop pre-workout.
No, I don't do that.
No, I think this year has a lot of potential, but I am a little nervous that they are hyping it up too much. That's my only concern. But I do think Dylan has a point. HHN has felt like last year felt really chill. It was too chill. Mr. Disney King, I believe this year is a practice year for how big next year's 35th anniversary year is going to be. Listen, I love that. I already kind of feel like this year is like a huge turnaround, like compared to last year. I'll be very shocked if it lives up to the hype that they've already put on it. But I'm still very excited. Like,
this is the most hype I've ever had for Halloween Horror Nights, I think. Mm-hmm. So if all of this hype is just fabricated to like, get us all to get there, and it's not good, I'm gonna be so upset.
I'm going either way. Mad. Like, just don't lie to me.
Right? Yeah.
Uni blogger Cassie says it's gonna be a good year. She thinks so. Austin says that I think this will be an incredible year. Very optimistic. We will have a lot of fun. I agree with you. Fred, rain, wait times out of control, ride issues, looking at you, ministry, lack of shade. Okay. Yeah, that's a valid point. I don't think that really has anything to do with like them wanting to provide a good experience for HHN. I think if anything, it's a good thing for them to provide a better experience at HHN because it pulls away from that bad PR maybe that they're getting at Epic. And that's the thing with Epic too, is like I either hear like praises from like the rooftops or it was an awful experience and I did not have fun, which we've had both.
It's been very mixed lately. It reminds me of the soft openings when we were going.
Soft opening was
one day was awesome.
No.
and the other one it was like,
why
are they open today?
We got hosted for one of those days, and so this was the whole thing. I'm gonna be short about this. We got hosted for one of those days. All the rides were down. My kids fell asleep on me in line for Epic Universe for one of their rides. And I went to customer service and just told them, like, listen, this is not fun for us. Like, this has been a really bad day. We paid full price. Actually, we got hosted the next day. And it wasn't until I told them that we were being hosted the next day that they stopped being ugly to me, the team member working. And they finally were like, we'll help you.
So nice. I went and talked to them first.
You were not nice.
I was nice at first. And then I got mad.
Yeah.
She was like, no, it's a soft opening. And I'm like, you're not open. If this is like a preview,
but okay,
I'm not coming back.
We're being very negative right now. What we're saying is we've had single negative experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've had the best experiences ever. We've had a really, really bad day. So we totally understand how, like, what am I trying to say? A sequence of events can make your day really, really bad there. So I understand.
And this is, again, why we don't really go in the summer because of all it's hot.
I'm not going
It's
out there.
going to rain every day, most likely.
HHN is going to be hard.
Like, it's just not like the best experience.
Right.
So like people complaining now, like, yeah, I get it, but you kind of know you're going into that.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope it lives up to all the hype, but I'll be happy just to be there with spooky vibes. Hell yeah. I love the optimism. Fred said, do you think HHN 35 might have a long rumored extreme haunt? No. I don't think that'll happen, but I think it'd be cool, personally. Don't let HHN 34 be the legendarily Willy Wonka experience. Remember that train wreck? No, I don't, but I really hope it is not an awful experience. I hope they don't hype this up too much that everyone's let down when they get there. I think Terrifier is going to be a great house. I think these scare zones, which is kind of what we were talking about today, these scare zones are going to be awesome. I genuinely think the 4 scare zones that we're getting and the 2 experiences are going to be awesome. I think they're stretching it out. I think there's going to be less dead zones, less dead space. I think it's going to be a good year. I'm just concerned that they're like using these words bloodier, bigger, better, and it's just like
10 times better.
Yeah, 10 times better. I am concerned about that, but that's just our thoughts.
It's all right.
We're just what's the word?
Optimists.
I'm being optimistic about it, but I'm also being cautious with my optimism. Cautious optimism.
Cautious optimism. Yeah. I'm going to bed.
I am also.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up and like for joining the chat. It makes it way more fun.
Yeah.
And we have a good time doing this. So when everybody else shows up and does it with us, it makes it even more fun. So,
it is. Like the live. Leave a couple more comments before we sign off. It helps us out a lot. This is really fun to do, but it is a lot of work. We got to put our kids to bed and then set all this up and then tear it down. So we appreciate you all. I'm very excited for this year's event. If you're going to Premium Screen Night, we'll probably see you. Please say hi. We love saying hi to everyone. And we'll be there opening night. So we'll see you there. Until next time. See ya. Okay. See ya.
Bye.